Well, hello. So, this is the second time all the way through filming this. I wanted to do 2 takes just in case I don't like the first one. So, I'm probably gonna like this one better because I will have refined it a little bit more. But as you know by the title, I'm going to be talking about 2021, which was such a year. I don't even know what to say, but looking back at last year's video, which I will link below, is kind of wild because where I was at then is so different than where I'm at right now, and I am very thankful for that. I finally turned into a butterfly, which I'll link down my dealing with heartbreak video, which used that reference of caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. And it was really sad watching that video because I was in such a different place and I was so raw and vulnerable and very broken in that state. And now I finally feel free and I finally feel like a butterfly, which is so nice, and I finally feel like myself. So it was very cathartic watching that video, and I am just so stoked to do a reflection on this last year and really just sit and watch and think about everything that God has done. So we're just gonna go month by month and I'll talk about little recaps. And yeah, so January, I bought a guitar, super crazy. I've always wanted one and I still don't know how to play other than me just strumming for the fun. But I love it and I'm so glad I did it. I also went to Tennessee and Alabama, so I got to visit my friend Hannah, and I hadn't seen her in a year, and then I got to visit my family in Alabama, and that was the first time we actually really hung out, so it was a little nerve-wracking visiting family that I barely knew, but they were so welcoming, and it was so fun and so needed. I've only ever been to Alabama in January, so just kind of ironic that I'm going at the worst time possible, but it was a very meaningful, wonderful trip. And then in February, well, I guess I don't want to get ahead of myself. At the end of January, I started group therapy, which was amazing for me. So I'll kind of talk about that as the months go on. But February was also really great because I went camping for the first time in 3 years. Almost 3 years at that point, and so that was super fun. I went with my friend and it was just a wonderful trip out in the middle of nowhere. Really great time with the Lord. I felt amazing after. And I also in March went to a wedding that I was in, and a lot was happening in March. So in February I decided to apply to grad school for biblical counseling. And that kind of took up February to May. It took up a lot of the springtime, but in March is when I was waiting for my results. So March was a very turbulent month, just a lot of emotions and a lot of working through stuff during my group therapy. I am so glad that I did it. It brought a lot out in me, just getting to heal and to share and opening me up, observing other people. I am really thankful for that time that I had. And then April came and I was conditionally accepted into the grad program. So that was kind of stressful, having to write a paper about a theological difference that we had. And then I went to Arkansas. So I started talking to Ruth in February and she was like, come visit me. And I was like, I will. So I did. That was wonderful timing for both of us. I think it was just a really sweet time that we got to share with one another. And then I didn't get into grad school, which is fine. I am honestly really thankful that I didn't, seeing how the rest of my year played out and all the blessings that I had because I didn't go to grad school. And I think I was just searching for something and I didn't really know what to do. I was still working at REI, my life still kind of felt stuck, and so I was like, well, maybe biblical counseling is it. I'll try to pursue it. It didn't end up working out. And I think I just got a lot of clarity after that. I tried to do Young Life Military for teens, went through halfway through the application process, and then I put it on pause. So this time I ended things instead of them rejecting me. But I I'm really glad that I decided to stop things because I felt like I was searching for something and my heart wasn't fully in it. I didn't feel like God was like 100% calling me to it. Like I could see myself doing it, but not completely. So I put it on pause, and through the summer, I just got so much clarity of like, yeah, this is not it for me. But in May, I went on a camping trip, which was so fun. So fun. That was the kickoff of summer, and summer is my favorite time of year. So I did a lot. I went to Colorado for my friend's wedding. That trip was amazing. And then I went on some other really like small trips to like Joshua Tree and San Diego and Riverside and Yosemite. Loved it. Had so much fun in June and July. And then August, I was in Maine, but I want to backtrack a little bit. So photography last year was non-existent in January and February. Really sad, but it started to pick up a little bit in March, and then in the summer a bit more. And then August, I was in Maine, and I realized I love this place to death. I want to spend all like summer here. I want to potentially move here. Like, this is the place I want to be. It kind of checks off most of the things in my boxes. And I was just very content while there, so joyful. And it was hard to leave, but I knew I was coming back, Lord willing. So it also just excited me for like when the next time I would be there. And then my friend came and visited me, and that was really awesome to get to show someone around. My feet are like completely asleep right now. I've been sitting in the same spot for obviously way too long. But yeah, that was really awesome. Coming home was hard just because it's like, I don't really love the fall and winter time, and so entering that season is always difficult for me, but I got a lot of blessings with photography. My business really took off, and I got to quit REI, which is incredible. After 2 years of wanting to quit, it finally happened. Perfect timing because November was absolutely crazy. I could not have done the holiday season at REI, and with all of my photography work, like it was a lot in November, very overwhelming. But yeah, really great. And I started going to this coffee shop and meeting a lot of people and just having wonderful theological conversations and meeting like different artists. And that was really great to have that transition of no longer having coworkers and having a place to go to do work and to meet people. Because working at home, you know, like I don't want to just be here 24/7, locked away. And then December came. That November flew by, December also flew by, and I've just been really happy and content right now. And I really enjoyed this holiday season. God has really blessed me with a lot of awesome stuff happening, and I'm very excited for 2022. I'm going to start selling thrift clothes on Instagram, and yeah, just like, I don't know where God's going to take me. My plan as of right now is at the end of April to leave for a month-long trip across the country, visiting friends along the way, then ending up in Maine, and then spending all of June, July, and August in Maine, and then leaving at the beginning of September to come back to California for my fall holiday season with photography, because that really picks up in October. And then for as long as humanly possible, and as long as God allows me, that's what I plan on doing every year, until I have to pick a place to permanently live or, you know, something changes. But as of right now, that is my plan for this next year, is to do the thrifting business, make some hair scrunchies, keep doing photography, then do the month-long trip all of May to go from here to El Paso to like the south, and then up the coast on the East Coast to Maine, and then try to get a summer job out there, plant more photography roots, keep doing the thrift clothing business, and just enjoy life. And I'm really excited if that does happen, but if it doesn't, I know God has better plans for me. Also, I totally forgot to mention this in the last take that I did, but I'm so glad I remembered now that I volunteered at the pregnancy center from, like, I started in 2020, but I kept doing that until the end of July. and I was fully trained by the beginning of March. So I got to talk with the woman one-on-one, and I learned so much through that experience, and I am forever grateful for that time that I got to volunteer there. And yeah, that was just such an incredible time to get to do that. Especially, it's pretty obvious this past year, I went to therapy, biblical counseling, group therapy, all that stuff, healing from a breakup. So it's just really incredible to see where I was at last year and where I'm at now and how much has changed, and what God has like done in my life, not only in myself, but in knowing Him more and deeper, and just spending a lot more time journaling and reading my Bible. Just very thankful for my church and all the people that are in my life because of that. I am so grateful for all the new people that I've met from various different places. I tried to name drop them in the last take of the video, and it took me surprisingly long to remember everyone, and I thought there was more people than there actually was. But I'm not going to do that this time. Y'all know who you are if you're watching this. And I know a lot of them probably aren't watching this, but I am so grateful for all the people that have walked into my life this past year. There is over 10 people. Last time it was hard for me to get to 10, but I did remember a few more people that I forgot, so glad I'm not mentioning everyone in this video. But I'm so grateful for them. I have friends of all ages, which is such a blessing to say, and I've met people in the most unexpected ways that have truly blessed and touched my life. It's really incredible to look back and think about all that God has done and how many surprises have come along the way, and I'm just really stoked. So I guess that's it for this video. It's a lot shorter than last take, but I have to go edit some photos before I go out for the night, and yeah, it's just gonna be really fun to look back on this video. And I know that it's a great time. I love making these videos because they're really amazing to look back on, to see how much I've grown and what God has brought me through and the different stages I'm at in the moments that I make them. So yeah, thanks for watching. I am excited for what is to come. So have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys next year. Bye.